I'm Malcolm Roberts, and I'm here in Goondiwindi with Dick Soodals, who's been an irrigation farmer in the area for 60 years.
60 years.
60 years, don't sell yourself short, mate. I'm going to put a few questions to him, because last year with the Balonne Shire Council, when I visited them last year in St George, they were very concerned about the destruction of jobs and communities in the Balonne Shire. And that was brought about due to the Murray-Darling Basin Authority's plan for the Murray-Darling Basin. Now, Dick, a few years ago, there was a commission, Murray-Darling Commission, which employed about 30 people. Now we've got the Murray-Darling Basin Authority with around 350 people. They're managing this. But I'm told repeatedly all over the Murray-Darling Basin, and we've been all over it, except we've got a little bit to do in the Darling yet, but it's not being managed well because they don't measure the creek and river flows. How the hell can they allocate water?
Well, it's not measured accurately. That's the beginning of the trouble. And it's not measured over a longer term period.
Yep.
It's no good going out there for a week and doing this and saying, oh, now we know how to organise the Murray River. It's been going for hundreds and hundreds of years, and they have no idea of how to regenerate those systems in the flow of the river and organise the building of dams and the administration of all the water that flows down and improve the environment at the same time. Because what we've got to allow for was, years ago, when we had dry times, and nowhere near as dry as it is now, all we had was a chain of water holes.
Hang on, yeah, but in the Federation drought, 1901, the Murray actually stopped flowing. It hasn't stopped flowing now, and the thing is, we've had drier times in the past, so I'd argue with you about today being driest, but it certainly is severe now, I'll give you that.
Oh, it's very severe. We could go back 300 years and no doubt it was even worse.
Yes.
So we haven't created a new situation.
Oh, I see what you're getting at.
No,
right. Yep.
It's been there all the time. And the Mitchell, when he was out there in the Murray, where the Darling and the Murray come together, his horses couldn't drink the water because it was too salty, and that was because the water hadn't run for years. Now, we have nothing like that in the river at all at the moment, and we don't ever want to create it either. But those sort of things used to happen all the time in the river system, and the environment that we took over when we came to Australia had been putting up with that for years. Now we've got this situation where a whole big bunch of people are in an organisation representing 4 states, a whole heap of federal government angles as well as the states, and arguing about where this water should go and where the dam should go, and we can't put any more dams up because we want the water to run out. If the water's running out into the ocean, we can rest assured it's done nothing for our environment and it's done nothing for our farmers. Australia, worldwide, will perish if we don't continue to improve our water and our use of our water, growing crops and food for the rest of the world.
And basing plans on hard data. River flows, creek flows, measured, quantified. And there are some places that do that, but around the Darling and the Murray, that's generally not the case. So we're basically making very poor decisions based on, well, just opinions, and quite often some misrepresentations of what's actually happening, and that's the political environment we see. So we're getting decisions made politically, not scientifically.
Yeah, and that's the big problem. And you can go to meetings, and which I've gone to quite a few, and you can see that happening. The meeting finishes up swinging off in a direction that's got no relationship to what we're trying to organise on the river. And if you put your hand up and say, hey, that's not right, that doesn't happen, it doesn't get recorded, it doesn't get used. And so nobody scientifically investigates the information and comes up with rational, well thought out plans. It's not happening.
So there's a lack of data, which I've been told right through the Murray-Darling Basin, a complete lack of data, almost complete lack of data, and there's a selective hearing going on, so they only hear from certain people, they only take in facts from certain people. Your other message is a really important one. Dams are wonderful for the environment because it enables you to store up the water and use it more efficiently throughout. So you're making an argument on environmental grounds for dams.
Yes, because what happens when you've got the dam and you've got the water stored and you've been dry for a certain period of time, and the other thing that no one takes any account of, when you open the gate in the dam and you let water go out to the irrigator 500 or 1,000 kilometres down from the dam, it wets the river all the way down till it gets to him. And so to argue that the irrigation and the dams are detrimental to the environment of the river is completely and utterly wrong.
And we just have to look. I can remember being in school and being shown photos of paddle steamers that were coming up the Darling River to collect the amazing wool crop, and they'd be stuck up here for 2 years. Stuck in a dry Darling River. As you said, it is completely wrong.